I'm Eden Broach, and today we're going to be talking about mediated communications as a way for fathers to have a virtual support group. Today's society, America has abandoned fathers, and if this statement bothers you, we have something in common. There are negative connotations surrounding fathers, such as dads are just inferior to moms, and caregiving dads should be working and the mom should be staying at home. And this is very negative and makes men feel kind of inferior or intimidated to be a stay-at-home parent and to be a caregiver. This is, however, completely untrue to the fact that men are very crucial and important in children upbringing. A child psychologist and child developmentalist agree that a father's role is important and crucial. So men don't do it because they feel intimidated. There's also a lack of services for stay-at-home dads or single dads, and they don't have the resources or community to go and have these parent trainings like moms do. There's many mother support group, and when dads try to go find these parenting classes and nurturing classes and how to bond with baby, it's usually geared towards mothers, and fathers are very uncomfortable that there's no dads in that class. They can't relate to what women go through with pregnancy and postpartum and transitioning into a dad, so there's no support group, and this is unfortunate. And so they don't have a way to talk about what they're experiencing and the transition for dads and the excitement, but like the anxiety and the depression that they get, and sometimes identity crisis of, who am I now? Am I a dad, or am I me? Do I still get to do my job? Do I get to hang out with my friends, or do I have to put my child first on everything? So there's no outlet. So we need to fix this, and a virtual support group would be the answer to this need. That way, no matter where you are, a father can log on in his smartphone or computer or laptop or whatever smart device is easier for him, and he can have other support from dads to mentor and educate and kind of just come together and share their ups and downs of the week with their children. And it would be so healthy and beneficial to fathers' mental health and identity and confidence in being a role as a dad. So here recently there has been a push for women's equality and giving them opportunities to either go back to work when having a baby or staying at home and taking care of the baby. There is no options for dads right now to have that support to go back to work or to stay with a child. If a father wanted to stay with his child, they'd be like, no, you got to go out to work. You can't stay at home. But sadly, for 2 million fathers in America today in 2023, they are stay-at-home dads, and they don't have that support, and people still frown on it and think that they're inferior, when in fact they are the only caregiver in those children's lives, because each year 16,000 mothers die during childbirth. So the fathers are left in this role of provider and caretaker. You know, we see moms getting praised for this. We see moms like getting all this positive support and feedback, which is great, and it should be. But we also need that push for fathers. So let's address the question, where do these negative labels come from? And the answers are pretty simple. It is pop culture media and Hollywood. Hollywood portrays dads as being inferior to moms as caregivers. In 2003, there was a movie, Daddy Daycare. And essentially in this movie, the father gets laid off and the mom goes to work, and he decides to come with other single stay-at-home dads and create a child care daycare center. And it's pretty much a disaster. It doesn't work out, and they go back to work and the mom stays home again. It raised $164 million, which is equivalent to $266 million in 2023. A real life scenario is my friend LaDarren. He is a military spouse, and he is a stay-at-home dad of his lovely children of 4 under the age of 7. And there was no support groups for him, and he asked me, can I please come with you to MOPS so I can have somewhere to kind of be able to relate to other dads or other moms? I'm like, sure. So I invited him, but the director of MOPS at my church said that he was unwelcome because he was a father, and it was a MOPS, a mom's group of preschoolers, so he would take away from the moms. So that's very sad and unfortunate. So my answer to this is creating a support group for fathers virtually through mediated communications. This would give fathers more confidence and more security to be themselves, and to have male role models of fathers, strong fathers, supporting other fathers. And virtual communication, mediated communication, has been around since 1969, the creation of the computer and internet. And they have smart devices, and start off as like group text messages on the computer, so really group chats, and then it goes to conference calls, and now we have Skype and Facebook Messenger, and we have Zoom. So this is a way that fathers, no matter where they are, can come together and have access to being encouraged and uplifted and educated through a virtual support group. And I would also just like to conclude that fathers are becoming increasingly necessary in the home and the wake of more women in workplace, and they need this virtual support group. And let's make sure that fathers are not left behind. Thank you.